Hey there. Welcome back to the Strata channel. I'm Rob, part of the strategic sales team here at Strata. Today, I'll be answering several frequently asked direct mail questions. If you or your company is sending out or even thinking about sending out direct mail, you won't want to miss it. Let's get started. The short answer is yes, of course it does. The biggest reason is because it always has and still delivers a measurable return on investment, or ROI. And there's a reason why you get a lot of direct mail, because the advertisers that are using that medium are also getting a very high ROI. But it must be done right, which can mean many different things. Mostly that there's thought and strategy behind it. If there's not, it won't work very well. Some things to consider are your goals, your busy season, not only for you, for your competitors and others that are sending mail, and any time sensitivity surrounding your mail. Generally, the best days for your mail to drop are Tuesday through Thursday, and you should avoid mail drops Friday through Monday. From Tuesday to Thursday, customers are well into their work week, and the idea of the weekend activities has fizzled out. They're focused on their week ahead. On the other hand, if they receive your mail on Monday, people are sometimes still away due to a long weekend or not in the right headspace to look over and consider your offer. And once the weekend rolls around, people are in weekend mode. They're not looking to grab or look through the mail. Weekend pieces usually get thrown out, put to the bottom of the pile, or forgotten about completely, making customers miss your sale or the deadline of your promotion. On that note, if you do include promotional deadline, make sure you give your customer a bit of time to see, consider, and ponder over your offer. Create the urgency, yes, but don't make it too easy for them to miss it. Things happen, and mail isn't always on time. Another rule of thumb to go by is to not send as much mail during the summer, as people are out of the house, on vacations, and so on. During the other 9 months of the year, they were more likely to be home. With that said, unless it's your busy season, avoid mailing from the middle of November through December. It is the busiest time of the year for the post office, with the mailing of holiday cards and, of course, gifts. And on top of that, every nonprofit is mailing in higher volume towards the end of the year as well. During this time, your direct mail piece could more likely get lost in the shuffle or even delayed. This also heavily depends on your goals, but at the very least, I'd recommend a size, fold, and a dimension that stands out from a regular number 10 envelope, which of course is the size and format of most of the mail in your mailbox. And keep in mind, you are trying to connect with who we call the household influencer. The household influencer is responsible for healthcare, entertainment, finances within the household. More importantly, they are also the person that collects and sorts the mail into piles, such as, this needs to get taken care of now, I can deal with this later, or this is trash. So make sure your mail stands out. Sizes like 6x9, 8.5x11, even 5x7, and others will stand out, and get that household influencer's eyeballs on that piece. Folds, they're fancy and they can make a good impression, but they're not always necessary. Make sure they add to the piece and do not stand in the way of the messaging. They're great to sell your company's creativity, class, and to spread brand awareness, but they aren't always needed. Very often, you'll be sending to a possibly segmented list of your current customers. But to get new customers and even to reach out to new prospects, you'll want to come up with a demographic profile of your ideal client with variables such as age, gender, income, geography, and even buying habits. All of these variables can be identified in an acquisition list you'll be mailing to. Also, think through a few questions like, who's the ideal candidate in need of my product or service? Or who's more likely to buy through direct mail as opposed to other channels? Direct mail and junk mail may sound similar, but they're very different. Junk mail is more of a buckshot approach, where you throw everything against the wall and hope that something sticks. Although this sometimes does work, direct mail is more likely to produce return on investment because it's intelligent and it's surgical. It targets a specific audience in mind that's more likely to respond. With the right piece, the right message, and the right call to action, your chance of conversions increases. Direct mail starts with a good list, unlike junk mail, uses personally relevant and often personalized messaging, and uses purposeful and impactful design. Giveaways and premium giveaways are great for when you want to stand out, catch attention, and collect a lot of responses. And you're all right with some of the recipients potentially being unqualified. If you want to limit your responses to qualified potential customers, they're maybe not the best option, but they're a great way to show that you care and can produce high ROI at a fairly high cost. So if you have the budget, they can be very successful. You'll just have to sift through some throwaways to find the good leads. And giveaways are backed by some facts. Among some of them are that promotional products get 500% more referrals from customers who are satisfied with the items. And 85% of customers remember a company that provides them with a promotional hat or shirt. Variable fields and personalization are very important now and will continue to be because they're a way for you to speak directly to that prospect's needs based on what you already know about them. Segmentation of your customer base is also important. That is creating different personas and subsets of your prospects and clients. You want to be able to speak to them and treat them all differently to increase their responsiveness. Segmentation shows prospects that you know who they are, what they want, and that you have a service they need. Like I said before, direct mail can really cut through the digital noise, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't take your audience's wants, needs, and habits into consideration. Your best shot at a campaign strategy and execution will likely include several touch points on various channels, from direct mail to email, and yes, even digital advertising. Campaign strategy and marketing, in general, it is not an either-or equation. You can't just choose a medium. You need to choose what's best for your audience, which could mean several mediums and messages. That's all the questions we will be answering today about direct mail. But if you have a question that wasn't answered, feel free to reach out to us directly at the link in the description bar. And as always, if you're ready to make smart happen, visit the link below, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for future relevant content.